I'm happy to say again hello everybody. It is our video number 5 about sailing in Croatia. We left Primošten very early that day because we knew we will have a difficult and long day sailing to Šolta island. It is a big island in the Adriatic Sea, and there is a small town on this big island. This town has a very interesting and very beautiful, I think, name, Maslinica. We argued about the pronunciation, but apparently it is Maslinica. If you look at the map, it seems like the distance is not so big, but you can't sail near the coast. You have to go into the sea. So it happens that it was a long day.
We knew when we left for the day's sail to Maslinica that it was going to be a fairly long sail, 25 miles or so. It wound up being about 30 because of the specific course that we took due to the winds, which I'll tell you more about that later. But we knew it was going to be several hours sail. What we did not know was that it was going to be quite a wild sail. The winds were strong, and as it turned out, it was, at least in Zena and my limited experience, one of the wildest days of sailing that we ever had. The winds were generally out of the north. They were pretty much 25 knots, 23 to 25 knots all day, and gusting up to about 30 knots or close to it. We were going on a course roughly southeast with the winds coming roughly out of the north, so they were behind the beam pretty much the entire day. But for the first part of the day, we went more south instead of southeast than we probably should have, and we wound up going a longer route due to that. When we finally did turn and head more east, in fact almost directly east, we had the wind pretty much on our beam or a little behind it, and so that was kind of the way things had been planned. It worked pretty well, but it wound up being a longer route. But it was quite an exciting route because with the winds as high as they were, we should have reefed the sails very early in the process. We did not. In fact, we didn't reef the sails until right before the turn to the east, when we put 2 reefs into the main. We never did reef the head sail, and as a result, if anything, we were overpressed a bit on sail. Although it didn't slow us down, we went 8 and even above 9 knots some of the time. We really did speed along. So it was quite a wild day's sail. The seas were 6 to 7 feet, I would say, and it was the boat was. It seemed like often it was right on the verge of heading up, but it never did. Instead, it just keeled over and kept on flying along.
Finally, we are in Maslinica. You remember I told you that I'm going to tell you what this word means in Russian language. Так вот, in Russian language, Maslinica, it is the name of a religious holiday. People celebrate this day in the beginning, first Sunday of March. They say goodbye to the winter and hello to the spring. And we are here in Maslinica. Ben and I were talking about this interesting building on the right. What it is? It is offices. It is offices or some government building. It appears that it is hotel, just hotel. Like I mentioned already, that the town is really small. It doesn't have big supermarkets. I think one or two small, and here like a market on the street. But you can buy some groceries for your boat. There is no problem. And of course, all small towns in Croatia look alike. We talked about this already. And this town looks like many other towns in Croatia. It has a bay, Maslinica, and some tourist attraction. You see the boat for tourists. And of course it is a tourist destination, definitely. People come here to spend a vacation. There is a nice small beach. But that's it. It is the morning, next day. We have to leave this beautiful place and go to the next beautiful place. You know, it is so wonderful that Croatia has such beautiful little towns where you can dock, where you can spend some time walking around, going to little shops, to restaurants. It is what it makes Croatia sailing great, in my opinion. We said goodbye to Maslinica and we are on our way to Milna. Don't miss it! I hope you liked my video. Don't forget to subscribe. I will see you very, very soon. Goodbye!